What's going on YouTube? It's your boy King Black, and once again we are back with another WWE 2K22 gameplay slash pay-per-view review. And today we're going to be reviewing Hell in a Cell, the pay-per-view that took place this Sunday that just passed, and we're going to touch on a little small minor things that happened on Raw as well. Feel me? Y'all see the sub count though? Look at that before we go any further. Now hit that subscribe button and do me that favor, and let's boost this bad boy up, because we're on the road to 100k. If you haven't tuned in before and this is your first time tuning in, when we do these pay-per-view reviews, we're going to go in order from start to finish. I'm not going to just be mixing things around. We grade these matches on a 1 to 5 star basis, and we give our opinions about where we see things going and how we felt about the match. So without further ado, let's get this show on the road. Peace out. Alright y'all, going in order as usual. We gonna start off with the Women's Championship match, well, the triple threat match between Bianca Belair versus Becky Lynch versus Asuka. And truth be told, for the start of the match, I was definitely impressed. Not to sit here and really think that I didn't think these women was gonna pull off the match that they did, because it was no doubt in my head. Like, look at the talent that you have. You have the EST, the strongest, the roughest, the toughest, the quickest, the best of WWE, versus, you know, I like to call her a psychopath now, because this bitch don't lost her goddamn mind. Becky Lynch as well. And then, you know, you got the, is she the Queen of Strong Style? I'm gonna just say it, the Queen of Strong Style, you know, Asuka. You feel me? Because, like, they get busy. And truth be told, off rip, you gonna rate this match, I'm gonna definitely give this a 4 out of 5. I'm not gonna give it a full 5 because it was a little botchy. You feel me? I didn't order hibachi. I didn't order hibachi at all on Sunday, but you feel me? Like, I'm gonna just definitely give it a 4 out of 5. It was definitely a decent match. Bianca Belair did her thing by holding it down and retaining her Royal Women's Championship. Asuka definitely did her thing. And Becky Lynch, Becky Lynch is working the shit out this gimmick. I don't know what the hell is going on, but in my head, the way how she's moving and the promo that she had cut on the Raw previous to Hell in a Cell, when she's talking about, you know, if I start at the bottom, there's nowhere else for me to go. It's like, you know, she's losing her mind. Like, it's just like she just snapped. And I said it before, like, that's kind of like a Cersei vibe from Game of Thrones, but that could also be the Harley Quinn to Seth Rollins' Joker gimmick. Although, you know, they not officially paired as a tag team or a group on TV. You know, they gotta say, you know, some of the same details when they go behind the scenes and shit. So I definitely would sit there and call it, you know, her Harley Quinn gimmick. Without the whole sassy and shit, but I'm just talking about the craziness and the range. Either Harley Quinn or Cersei. But getting back on topic towards the match, I'm not even gonna front, this was a major match. If you haven't seen it, I definitely advise that you go see it or watch some highlights on YouTube if it's available, or you could definitely, you know, just download Peacock. You know, it saves lives. Peacock saves lives, baby. But definitely a decent match, like I said. And moving on to the next. Alright, and moving on to the second match of the night, we have the handicap match, the 2-on-1 handicap match between Bobby Lashley taking on MVP and the Giant Almost. And truth be told, if I'm gonna be, you know, 100% honest, which I try to be all the time without being biased, I was kind of, I'm not gonna say fully intrigued, but I actually enjoyed watching this match. Well, not even say the match, I enjoyed watching the performance of Almost more than I did his previous matches. And I really think it's only because it was due to Bobby Lashley MVP telling the majority of the story. Feel me? I still believe Almost is still green as hell, and he definitely needs some development. But it's definitely, you see the progress little by little. You feel me? If you tune in from when he joined AJ and tune into now, you can see like the slight, it's not really a major difference. It's definitely, you know, a small, but I definitely give it to him. But I definitely feel like it was definitely due to the fact that MVP and Bobby Lashley was telling most of the story during the match. And the story being that, you know, MVP feels like he got Bobby Lashley to where he's at in his career now, and if it wasn't for him, he wouldn't be there. And you know, it's just, you know this small little jealousy role that they try to play, but you know, in his head, he just feels like he's right, and Bobby Lashley looking at him like he's delusional and shit. And the way how everything just started off, you know, the little basic, I'm gonna start off the match, I'm gonna fight Bobby, and it's like, oh, no, I'm not, you're gonna fight Almost. You know, one of those things. And just showing MVP, like, you know, the cowardness, and Bobby Lashley just finally getting his hands on him and doing his thug dizzle. Feel me? But regardless, if you're gonna rate the match, I'm gonna definitely give it a 3.5 out of 4. I mean, a 3.5 out of 5 stars. Like, yeah, I'm gonna definitely give it a 3.5. I don't want to give it a low 3, but definitely a 3.5. From Bobby Lashley definitely did walk away with the W. Let's not get that Mr. Screw. Like, I was definitely happy with that. I want to see what they're going to do next with the story. I really hope they don't continue to. I'm not even gonna say I hope. Like, I really hope they don't. But for some reason, I really feel like they're gonna keep dragging this on a little all the way to SummerSlam. I feel like that's where this shit will probably come to an end, if anything, between the feud between Bobby Lashley and Almost. I feel like the only reason why it's going to give it a little lift to keep dragging on is because you added MVP into that feud. So, you know, that's still like, I feel like that's 2 feuds in one right there. That's 2 stories to tell in one. So it's going to be kind of interesting to see what they do with it. Almost, I definitely really hope that he continues to develop, you know, do a little faster pace. But, you know, so instead he wins the race. I can't be mad at that. And that's really all I have to say about that one. So we're going to move on to the next match. Alrighty, and for the 3rd match of the night, we have Elias. Sorry, almost fucked up. We have Ezekiel versus Kevin Owens. I'm not going front. This whole story between these two has been funny as hell, and I definitely give kudos to Kevin Owens for even making this shit as intriguing as it is, because the length that he has gone through for these past couple of weeks to really prove that this man was Elias and then is now coming back to say he's Ezekiel is crazy. The lie detector test to show that he was really Ezekiel is crazy, and I can understand how you really feel in real life losing your motherfucking mind. So definitely kudos to Kevin Owens for really pulling this shit off. Kudos to both of them, because you know it takes 2, but I definitely give it both to Kevin Owens, because that's really, you know, the entertainment in my eyes. Just seeing him lose his goddamn mind. But focusing on the match for Hell in a Cell, that was definitely a decent match. Like, that whole start of the match definitely took me for a whirlwind. I thought it was about to be a quick one and done, because that flyer knee to KO knocked him clean the fuck out. Yo, if you seen it, then you seen it. Cause that shit, you know, you when you just sit there and look at the TV and you look away real quick to do something, and you just hear the impact and just see it out the corner of your eyes. Like, god damn, it was one of those. It was one of those. Definitely, we're gonna rate this match though. I'm gonna definitely give it a 3 or 4 out of 5. You feel me? I don't want to give it a 4. I'm just giving it, 3.5, maybe 4. Feel me? I'm gonna let y'all decide that, because you know it's debatable. It was definitely a good match. KO definitely pulled off the dub, which I was surprised. I thought they was going to, you know, have Ezekiel pull off the dub to, you know, keep the story going, but KO got the dub, and he definitely looked in the camera and said, Elias. This match is entertaining as hell. Like, I'm not even going front. I really don't have no complaints about it. You know, it had its few moments, like I said, in the beginning of the match with that flying knee. And, yeah, KO definitely backed out the pop-up powerbomb. We ain't see that in a while. I'm glad to see that he backed out of the retirement. And, yeah, it's going to be definitely interesting to see where they go with this story, to see if they continue it or to see where KO goes from here. But other than that, it was definitely a debatable one. I'm gonna let y'all decide whether it was a 3 or 4. It definitely wasn't a 5. But moving on to the next match. You think you know me, but you never did. Moving on to the next match, one of my personal favorites, and I'm pretty sure y'all know why, because it featured the stable of Judgment Day. Before we get into this though, real quick sidebar. WWE2K, I'm not a fan of how y'all don't have a 6-person mixed tag match available. Like, wow. Fix that. Put that in a patch update. Something. You feel me? But moving forward on this review, we are going to have, well, not have, we're going to talk about the 6-man tag match between Liv Morgan, AJ Styles, Finn Balor, taking on the stable Judgment Day, Damian Priest, Edge, and Rhea Ripley. And off rip, if we want to rate this match, I'm going to give it a 4 out of 5 stars. You feel me? Because this shit was crazy. I'm just a big fan of the story that they're telling with the Judgment Day saga, especially if y'all seen Raw, y'all know what I'm talking about. But this is a Hell in a Cell review, so we not even going to touch on that. Feel me? But focusing on the match, bro, this shit was amazing. I definitely thought AJ and, you know, his team was definitely going to get the W, but I just like how they incorporate everybody and just make everything mix up, because I thought it was going to be one of those, the guys take over, you feel me, and then everybody clears the ring and it's going to come down to just Rhea Ripley and Liv Morgan. Feel me? At a point in time, it kind of did, but they kept it going. Feel me? And Judgment Day was able to pick up the W. I definitely want to see what they're going to continue telling with this story. I want to see how everything is going to go. Alright, look, I really have to talk about this, you feel me? Because some people might not know, some people might know, but look, just for everybody, Finn Balor done joined Judgment Day, which is not really a shocker. You feel me? Because everybody had their predictions, especially me. I thought it was going to be Tommaso Ciampa, but you know, Finn was definitely on that list, but Tommaso Ciampa is just my favorite to get picked. But besides that, it's just like, we joined Judgment Day, and then Judgment Day turns on Edge, and it's just like, god damn, like, that was a plot twist. That was a plot twist. I definitely didn't see that shit coming. I'm sorry. Some people say they did. They say, oh, it's predictable. Like, in my opinion, it definitely wasn't predictable. I really feel like them people are full of baloney, but that's neither here nor there. You feel me? That shit was crazy. So I definitely want to see what the hell is going to happen, what they're going to continue story. I mean, well, what they're going to continue telling with the story, because they was definitely antagonizing AJ when Edge was the leader. But now that Finn has turned heel officially, and you know, he's joined Judgment Day, does that mean he was behind the attacks on AJ all this time, or are they going to continue telling that story? You know, it's definitely going to be interesting to see what they're going to do next. That's all I really got to say about this. It was definitely a great match. I'm just really interested in the story to see what they're going to continue telling, especially for a lot of these people. I know I probably said that a few times in the previous matches or reviews that we just looked at, but it's definitely the storytelling that I'm really interested in, you know, because I watch wrestling a little different now, more than just the gimmicks, because we older now. We know this shit fake, and so it's like, how can you draw me in? How can you make me interested? So that's why I'm really interested in all that good shit. But moving on to the next match. Alrighty now, and moving on to the next match, we have Madcap Moss taking on Happy Corbin in a no-holds-barred match, or should I say a chairs match, because that's basically what the fuck I was watching and what I took from that match. It was basically Revenge of the Chairs. You feel me? Because I understand that, you know, Corbin took Madcap out, you know, with the chair. I was actually surprised that they even did that move. Actually, I didn't think they was gonna do that, but neither here nor there. Feel me? Like, yeah, it was Revenge of the Chairs. It was a decent match. I didn't turn away from it this time. I kind of got the urge to skip it, but I said, nah, I'm just really tune in. And to be honest, I'm not really that upset. I would rather have some other weapons incorporated, you know, like a table, which the fans had asked for, but you know, you can't always get the fans what they want, so it's understandable. If we're gonna rate the match between the two, I would definitely give this one a 3. It was definitely decent, nice storytelling. Madcap walked away with the W. Yeah, it's really no points to really touch on. Oh, Madcap did get his revenge. That's why it's definitely revenge of the chair. You feel me? You know how Corbin took him out with the chair around the neck. Madcap actually came back. You hit him with the same thing. And they stretching my boy Corbin up out of there. So I guess that was a nice little end off to the story. I don't know if they're going to continue to tell us. I'm not really 100% interested in this. So that's probably why I don't have much to say about it. But all in all, like I said, 3 out of 5 stars. Decent match. I wouldn't watch it again, but it was decent. I think we can move on to the next one now. Truth be told. Yeah. Next. Alrighty. And moving on to the semi-final match of the night. We have Austin Theory, you feel me, versus Mustafa Ali for the United States Championship. Off rip, this was not one of my favorites. This is probably one of my least favorite matches of the night, to be honest. And it's not a knock to Theory or Mustafa, because they're both good talents. I'm not even going front. But at the same time, it's just the storytelling wasn't there. It didn't drag me in at all. It was nice to see Mustafa, you know, get to compete on a, you know, nice little main card in front of his hometown. It was Chicago. I didn't even know he was from Chicago. And I definitely did peep the gear. It was a nice little nod to CM Punk. I don't know if y'all seen that. But yeah, I'm jacking. That was a nice little nod to CM Punk. Moving back onto the match. I probably won't even give it a 3, to be honest, because it really didn't have me intrigued. I would definitely give it a 2. Y'all can give it a 3 if y'all want, you know, but me personally, I'm gonna just say it's a 2, just because I wasn't interested in the shit at all. Like, I don't understand, because I'm actually a fan of Theory ever since he was on NXT teaming with Johnny Gargano. For me, I definitely see him as being a future talent for this company. But at the same time, it's like, how can you be so talented and not draw people in? Because, like, matter of fact, let me not even say draw people in. I really feel like he needs a real serious competition, a threat to help tell his story a little better. Because the arrogance and the selfie stick, I mean, the selfies with everything, that's good because it gets under people's skin. So I'll let him keep that. But it's just that he needs that right opponent to take him to that next level. You know, somewhat what Randy Orton had to go through. You know, how he had to go battle certain people like Christopher Benoit, because you know you can't say that name. Christopher Benoit. He fought Mick Foley, actually Cactus Jack. That hardcore match. Certain matches just shot him to the next level. So I'm pretty sure that's what Theory needs, to be honest. And if the rumors are true, and if John Cena does come back to face him, I'm pretty sure that's going to be the thing that takes him to the next level. Like, I don't know if they're going to give him a W or they're going to have him take the L to Cena. I really don't know why they would actually let him, you know, take the W, to be honest. I don't know why they would let John Cena take the W, since he's not really a full-timer, but it could also be to tell the story, in my opinion. You would just have him take the L, have Cena win, and have Theory feel like he's not ready yet, or portray the image that he's not ready yet, because in Vince McMahon's eyes, he's basically giving him the Drew McIntyre effect. Like, this is my chosen one, this is who I see leading us to the future, and I have faith in him. And it's basically trying to prove Mr. McMahon right. Well, in theory, it's trying to prove Mr. McMahon right. I'm pretty sure John Cena could come, take that W, prove Mr. McMahon wrong, and Theory just has that little breaking point where it's like, nah, I'm about to get serious and really prove that I'm here and start doing real dominant shit. You feel me? But like I said, the match was okay, not really my favorite. Definitely give it a 2. Yeah, I'll leave it up to y'all for the debate if y'all want to give it a 3 or not. But yeah, moving on to the next one. Oh yeah, sorry, before we move on, Austin Theory did definitely get the W. I don't know if I said that, but I'm definitely gonna say it now. Austin Theory did get the W. Feel me? That's that. Now, next. Alrighty, and for the main event of the night, we have Seth freaking Rollins versus the American Nightmare Cody Rhodes Part 3. But this time inside of a hell in the motherfucking cell. And Jesus, was this match of the motherfucking night, in my opinion. And no flip, if you're going to sit here and grade this, I'm going to give it a 5. I'm giving it a 5 out of 5. Just from the stipulations and the way how they worked around those stipulations itself. The match was definitely amazing, but again, the stipulations that they was under is fucking crazy. And by stipulation, if you seen this match, or I'm pretty sure you seen the photos, the highlights, or whatever, you seen Cody Rhodes whole pectoral muscle bruised the fuck up down to his goddamn arm. And it's just, if you don't know the story, me myself, I was definitely thinking this is a job, but this actually turned out to be real. And so the story goes, the Raw before Hell in a Cell, when they had the brawl, when I say they, I mean Seth and Cody, when they had that, you know, little miniature brawl, Cody actually ended up tearing his pectoral muscle. Not fully, but you know, partially. Yeah, I don't never tore my pec, but I guess to him it was still manageable for him to compete. So when that weekend comes, he decides to work out, and when he's working out, he actually tears his whole pectoral muscle completely off the goddamn bone. And once you see him take off that goddamn robe, you just hear the whole crowd just like goddamn in unison, cause I was my goddamn self. Like, brother, you really went out there in that condition and put on the show that you motherfucking did. Kudos, and tip my hat off to you. And I definitely tip my hat off to Seth, because having to see that and know what you're dealing with going up to that match, because I'm pretty sure they worked on this and had you know what they predetermined, what's the proper word, I'm pretty sure they practiced or knew somewhat of what they was going to work on throughout this entire match. And just for that to happen, you have to change the whole shit around for him to actually work around that and still put on the type of match that he did along with Cody and still take care of my boy. That's definitely kudos to Seth fucking Rollins right there. You can't even say freaking, that's Seth fucking Rollins. My son did his goddamn thing. They both did their goddamn thing. And this match was amazing. Truth be told, like, we got the weapons that we wanted. We got tables. Nobody went through the cell, if that's what you were thinking, but it wasn't really necessary, to be honest. I don't think the cell was really necessary, in my opinion, because they really didn't do anything too crazy. But again, I think that's only due to the simple fact that Cody tore his pec, and he was still pulling off moves. My son really let Seth buckle bomb his ass through a goddamn table. That shit was crazy. I don't think I was wrestling that match whatsoever, to be honest, but it's just the fact that you went out there, competed the way you did, put on a high level performance. Well, I'm pretty sure you could put on more if you was 100%, but you still put on a high level performance to both of y'all and was able to tell this story. And that shit was amazing. God damn. Okay. But yeah, for me, like, this shit, it was amazing. And truth be told, I like the storytelling that they did between Cody Rhodes backing out that sledgehammer, because me personally, y'all already know if you've been following me, I don't really watch AEW specifically. I'm in tune, you know, with little things like little highlights and everything, but the main thing that I definitely do remember is the fact that Cody took a sledgehammer and broke the throne as a shot to WWE and Triple H. Feel me? And just for him to actually bring that out and do what he did and win the match in that fashion, that shit was crazy. That shit was crazy. 2 crossroads and a sledgehammer shot to the fucking face to take my son Seth Rollins out. And not to mention, he backed out. He hit Seth with a pedigree. I was definitely I was shocked, bro. This is a great ass match. Like I said, 5 out of 5. And Cody definitely did walk away with the W. Like I said, 2 crossroads and a sledgehammer to the face. You already know that was GG in the chat. And as you've seen on the road that just previously passed, if we're going to talk about Finn Balor, we already see that they're going to definitely continue this story. And I think I was kind of right. And I think they really going to have this shit stretch out all the way to SummerSlam. But then again, you really can't have it stretch out to SummerSlam because Cody might be out for up to goddamn 6 months because you got to rehab his pec. And if I'm not mistaken, that's really not enough time for him to fully recover and do the shit that he needs to do. And I need him to have a speedy recovery because I don't want you to come back, you know, half-assing and then showing in your career because you want to be impatient. So definitely nurse yourself and take care of that, bro. So I definitely hope when you definitely make a full return, I hope y'all just give it one more shot. One more time. Seth versus Cody 4. But yeah, I hope you guys definitely enjoyed this review. I pretty much, shit caught me off guard. But like I said, I hope you guys enjoyed this review. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe, spread the love to your friends, and be on the lookout for more WWE 2K content coming soon. Peace out. Real quick, before we end this completely, I just have a few words, or matter of fact, a question. What's really the concept of having the pay-per-view Hell in a Cell if you're only gonna have one Hell in a Cell match? When y'all first introduced Hell in a Cell, the pay-per-view, y'all said every match will be competed inside Hell in a Cell. If not every match, it will be majority of the match. We literally only had one Hell in a Cell match. If you ask me, I think it's time to actually step back and just start going back to the other pay-per-views that we have and known and love, like No Way Out, Backlash, Great American Bash, certain things like that. You feel me? Yeah, I'm gonna just leave it at that. Peace out.